Sell Your Car UK is back and delighted to offer for sale this absolutely awesome machine that is the Land Rover Freelander 2. Now this is a 2.2 SD4 automatic, so that means it's got the 2.2 litre diesel engine, the SD4 being without doubt an amazing engine. The automatic gearbox is a 6-speed automatic, fantastic unit, and the HSE means that this has got really all of the options. It's a fantastically spec'd out machine, and really it's just a fantastic machine. If you're familiar with the Freelander, the original Freelander, that was a bit archaic. That was kind of a throwback to the utilitarian Range Rovers and Land Rovers of the past. This Freelander 2, really, it's a look forward. It is without doubt a good mixture of its big brother, the Discovery, and its sporty big brother, the Range Rover Sport. It's a lovely amalgamation of the two, and it's really no surprise that it was superseded and has been superseded by what is now known as the Discovery Sport. But to us people, really, it's just a Freelander 3. Now this Freelander 2 is a 2011 on an 11 plate, first registered in March 2011. It's done just over 48,500 miles, currently owned by its third keeper, and it is in, as you can see as we just walked around it, fabulous condition. Let's get up close and personal with the car just so that you can see the condition for yourself, maybe save you the hassle of coming down to see the car. It's coming in this gorgeous deep metallic black, and it's in fabulous condition. There are some marks on the car which I will show you in this video because I don't want to waste anyone's time, but I'm just showing you the bonnet first of all, this huge expanse of bonnet, and there is no stone chip in sight. There are no scratches. It really is just absolutely lovely. Carrying on down to the lights, you'll see that they're not fogged up. There's no cracks or anything like that. Quite common to see that on cars, but not on this one. And likewise as well, the low-level fogs. Now while we're down here at the bumpers, you can also see this car, being the HSE spec, as I said, has everything. That includes front and rear parking sensors. I just showed you one of those sensors there, and now I'm just really trying to show you that, and you can see me, hello, that there is really a lovely condition car in front of you here on the screen. There's no marks on this bumper, there's no scuffs, there's no scrapes, there's no scratches. It's in great condition. Now I'm going to carry on down the passenger side of the car now, just to first of all show you, as I bounce up and down here, you can see that there's no ripples in the paint, there's no dings or dents, no one's opened the car door into this. It's in really good condition. You're getting a fabulous car, and that's what I'm just doing now. I'm just going around the car just to show you the condition of it. You can see, for example, loads of life left in those discs. You've also got good pads as well. I'll go through the service history in due course. Service schedule on one of these is 12 months, pardon me, or every 15,000 miles. I'll show you where we're up to in the service book in due course. Loads of life in those tyres. Now there are some scuffs on the wheels. I think that's to be expected. Now the car's never been used off-road, at least not by the current keeper. We can't obviously check with the previous keepers, but there's no evidence of it ever being used off-road. And also, just to really make a good point here, the car has just had a new front diff put on it, genuine Range Rover parts. The job would cost about 1,800 quid if you needed to have it done yourself, so that's money saved. They're not infallible, they're not bulletproof, so they do sometimes go wrong, and here this car has had it done already, so it's already been changed. You don't have to worry about that. These fabulous side steps don't just look the business, and they really do. They give it a lovely haunch stance. They're hugging the curb and hugging the road, but also they are very useful as well. This car is currently owned by a family, and those steps really help for small children and indeed small people to get into the car without any hassle whatsoever. Carrying on down the passenger side, you can see here that little lock symbol there. All that means is that there is actually a keyhole under there, so all the keyholes have been masked, which you wouldn't have seen that on the Freelander 1. Like I said, they've really gone the extra mile with the Freelander 2 to try and make it really a luxury car that is also a very useful one as well. And indeed, this is incredibly useful. If you do buy it, I highly recommend taking it off-road yourself and giving it a day in the dirt. Now, coming around the rear wheel here on this passenger side, you can see again some curbing marks, but otherwise the wheels are in good condition.
good discs as well, hard to see through here. If you want to inspect the vehicle yourself, or indeed employ somebody else to do it for you, perhaps an AA inspection or RAC inspection, or if you know a good mechanic, all inspections are welcome, all test drives and all viewings. We've got nothing to hide here. This is a great car, and I want you to know that. It's got locking wheel nuts, and we have got the wheel nut key, which is always a good thing. It's coming with tinted rear windows. As you can see, the whole rear of the car has got those fabulous tints. The HSE as well has got this cool spoiler going on here, and some lovely chrome trim around the tailgate. Now I'm just going to move down the car here, and I just want to show you this corner has got a bit of a scuff on it. Nothing too severe. We could sort that out for you. Hello, you can see the scuff and me. I'm just trying to show you best as I can. Now, if you wanted to get this car sorted out so that the rear bumper was immaculate on this corner, you're looking at 150 quid to do that, and that would include repairing, oh, as a gardener starts up his lawnmower, that would include repairing this little crack here where it was obviously bumped a little bit hard. Now, the thing about that, which I just want to stress, we could have done this beforehand, but this car is in daily use. It's going back to the keeper after we finish filming it. They don't really have time to give us the car and allow us the few days that it's going to take to do that. But like I said, well, first of all, we've reflected it in the price, and second of all, if you do want that done before you take delivery of the car, it's not hard for us to sort that out. It's 150 quid for a fantastic job with a lifetime guarantee. I'm showing you just down here as well those rear parking sensors, and as we carry on now around the rear of the car, you can see that that mark really is the only one of any kind of note. In fact, it's the only one. As we come around, you can see there's no dings or dents, anything like that in the rear tailgate, neither that or the rear bumper, and this side of the bumper is absolutely lovely, clean as a whistle. That's just a bit of dirt that my valeter missed. I'll have him shot. Right, now let's carry on down the driver's side of the car. Once again, I'm just going to do a little bit of a bounce here so you can see in those panels there's no ripples and there's no little dings or dents. It's in fabulous condition, this car, it really is. Show you this wheel, which again, I think you could kind of take it as a given now that the wheels have got some curbing. If you want that sorted out, just like that rear bumper, we can get that sorted out for you before you take delivery of the car. It's a bit of a bigger job, so you're looking at probably about 3 days for that to be done professionally. We would powder coat these wheels, and you're looking at probably around about £240 to get all 4 wheels done. Good tyres again, and good discs and pads. I'm not going to go in there and show you all of that. A little bit of a scuff here on the kick side of the what do we call this, the side step. Can't be helped, nothing you can do about it, but I want to show you that just so there's no surprises when you're coming down to see the car. A couple of very, very minor little scratches which will most likely polish out. That looks terrible, believe you me, in the video as I'm looking at the screen right now, but really it's very, very minor. The video is making it look a lot worse than it is. It's actually in the paint, so it might need a little bit of a deep polish. Take it back all the way as best as we can. I won't get all technical, but it can be sorted out. But really and truly, it is a second-hand car. You are going to find some marks on it. Even if you went to a Range Rover dealer and saw a car of this kind of standard, I don't think you'd be too surprised to see some little marks on it. And this has got literally some little marks on it. Now, as I carry on round the side here, just show you the wing mirror as well. Missing out nothing here. You've got some little scuffs there as well. As I say, probably to be expected, but otherwise the car is in lovely condition. I'm sure you could show this off to your friends with a big smile on your face at your new car. Now, here is another wheel with some curbing. This is the worst of the 4. This is the worst offending item, and you can just see here for yourself what that looks like. And again, as I said, if you wanted to get these wheels sorted out, we could take care of that for you. The only reason we haven't done it prior to the car going on sale is purely and utterly to do with the time that we have the vehicle, because the current seller really does need the use of the car. And now we're back to where we started from, at the front. It's such a fabulous car, this car, it really is. It looks the business. Right, you've got 2 keys coming with it. They look like this. I'll just push the button here. Oh, just to show you actually quickly, if I lock it, you can see the electric folding wing mirrors do their thing, and they fold in really lovely there. And then if you press the unlock button, those will fold out. Now I'm going to jump in the car and I want to show you everything here. I didn't really talk about it as I was going around it, so this is all going to be a very nice surprise for you. First thing to show you is this fabulous
beige leather interior. Like I said to you, this really is a mixture of the Discovery and the Range Rover Sport. If you went to the old Freelander ones, not only were they horrible to look at anyway, and also pretty awful to drive, the interiors were just horrendous in my opinion. Obviously, sorry if you've got one, but they were horrendous. You couldn't even raise or lower the seats. They were just completely archaic. It was like driving around in a tank essentially, and really nobody wants that. The Discovery, the new Discovery 3 is really on display in here in this Freelander 2, and you can see that with these fabulous leather seats with their centre armrests as well. Now this is an HSE spec, so you wouldn't see this in every single Freelander 2 you go to look at. Likewise as well, the memory seats, how rare is that these days? And they are electrically adjustable, forward, back, up, down and recline, and over here a little button as well for your lumbar support. Now the options don't stop there with the memory seats. If I just show you up here, you've got electric windows front and rear, and you've also got electric folding wing mirrors as you've already seen. And then if I just jump into the car, and in fact I'll just quickly show you, it's had a brand new set of mats that have been put in, genuine Land Rover mats, and they are throughout the car. But as I just jump into the car, I'm going to show you that the options really just keep on coming. Now I'm going to put the key in. Key goes in here, little slot, very similar to kind of your BMW kind of style, with the start stop button, foot on the brake, and it starts first time. No warning lights, everything goes off. The only lights that are going to stay on is the seatbelt one and the one over here telling me to take the handbrake off. Now I'm not going to do either of those things because we're not going to go for a drive in the car, but as I said before, all test drives are welcome. You've got your trip computer down here as well, which also shows you, which is a very handy thing. It also shows you the range left in the tank. We've got just under half a tank, which will do about 133 miles, or 135 miles now because we're just sitting still. Moving down now, we've got the steering wheel, which is a lovely, lovely piece of equipment here. I know it's a steering wheel, what am I getting so excited about? But it's a leather trim around the edges here, which is very nice with the stitching. And then you've got this fabulous piano black motif that's going around the sides of the airbag housing here. On that is a multifunction steering wheel. You've got your cruise control over here. What a godsend that is these days with all the average speed checks. These lovely silver accents, these aluminium accents are for your horn. I just love that image, that thing. That's lost these days. Not a lot of cars have these little pictures of the horns. God, I'm being really fussy. And then over here, you can see for yourself, you've got your hands-free phone system. The Bluetooth connection is controlled there. And then you've also got your volume controls and your mode controls for adjusting the stereo, which I'm going to just talk about very briefly right now. I'm going to jump straight to the stereo. And I'm going to do so by turning it on. And I hope you like drum and bass.
That's what happens when you're live and you're half dead.
Alright, I can't play any more of that. Okay, you don't like drum and bass? Alright, let's have some, what should we have? Radio 2.
I'm Graham Norton, this is BBC Radio 2.
Hi Graham. Right, so the point of me showing you that is, and I can't play too much because otherwise I've got to pay royalties on YouTube, but the point of me showing you that is because this has got a phenomenal Alpine stereo system with Dolby Pro Logic 2. Like I said, I'm going to repeat myself a bit in this video, I'm sure. Like I said, very much a Range Rover, very much the Land Rover Discovery showing itself in places in this car. That is a Dolby Pro Logic 2 system with a phenomenal sound coming out. Alpine, if you're a fan of your stereo systems, your music devices, you've got Bose, you've got Bang & Olufsen, and really going back to the old school, you've got Alpine. Alpine, obviously one of the first people to put their stereo stuff into cars, and the first ones they used to do it in were Lamborghini. So really you've got a phenomenal system, and I should stress that because you've got 10 speakers. You've got one down here on each of the driver's doors and passenger doors, then another one here, the little tweeters where the wing mirrors are. You've also got speakers in the back on the doors, and you've got them behind the seats there in the corner. I'll just zoom in as best as I can. There you go. So you've got them sitting over the shoulders of your rear passengers. Not to be outdone, there is one in the middle here, just to give absolute beautiful quality surround sound, and to give all of the bass that you want, there is a subwoofer in the boot. How old school is that, having a subwoofer? It's a phenomenal system, and like I said, how did we get onto all of this? Well, it's because it's all controlled here
from your steering wheel. You can adjust the CDs. It's a multi-changer as well. Did I mention that? So you can change the tracks and also the radio stations and adjust the volume, all without taking your hands off of the wheel. Amazing. It really is amazing. I love this car, as you can tell probably. Over here we've got auto wipers. The lights are not auto lights, but if you want to have them on permanently, then they kind of are. Over here as well, just coming back to the center console, I picked up on this awesome stereo. It's important for me. I don't know if it is for you. Above it though, we've got this, which is the touch screen navigation system from the Land Rover stock. So this is exactly the same as you would find in a Range Rover Sport of the day, or even a Range Rover, come to think of it, with all of these fancy menus. This is exactly the same system. It is one hell of a nice piece of kit and covers the whole of Europe. I'm not going to go through it all in detail here. You've even got this fantastic screensavers that you can choose. Again, I'm not going to go, well, maybe I'll go through the screensavers things. That's kind of cool. So you can have it where it's just got the logo if you want to. So there we go. Whatever, I'm not going to bore you anymore with that. The point is, it's a fantastic system and it's built into the car. Hurrah! Likewise, another fantastic system. I'm just going to move the gear lever out the way. We'll come to that in a second. You've got climate control in this car, dual zone climate control. So the passenger controls this side with their temperature and the driver's side is this side. You've also got the option to have it on dual so that you're in charge of everything as the driver. The fans can be increased or decreased, and then you've got the auto button there as well so that it can maintain temperature. That's what climate control means. Air conditioning as well, which works beautifully. It gets cold very, very quickly, which is what you want to hear on a day like today where it's 0 degrees outside. You've also got here a heated front screen, both electrically heated and also with the fans as well. Just let the camera do its thing there. Oh, it's struggling, isn't it? Well, you can see those little wavy lines there. That means it is electrically heated. So there's actually a current that runs through the screen to clear it even quicker. Now, these are something I haven't mentioned yet, but you've probably noticed already. You've got heated seats in the front as well. They're 2 zones, so you can either have your bum really toasty or a little bit warm or off entirely. Fantastic piece of kit. Just so perfect, especially this time of year. Now, moving down is this. And this really is where this car comes into its own for me, because yes, there are 4x4s, but many 4x4s will get stuck in the mud, and really you're never even going to bother taking them out in the first place. It's just not part of their build. Now, this is very different. This car has this whole setting system here, so you can adjust the suspension for the terrains. As you can see, those little 4 icons. At the moment it's set just for the road. When it's snowing, you can adjust it to there. If you're driving very close to some trees, then you can do that. Or cactus, if you're driving it near a garden centre. Where are you going to find cactuses in the UK? Anyway, you can adjust that accordingly. And then over here, this button here with a big yellow thing on it and the picture of a car that looks like it's going off a cliff, there's a reason for that. That is hill descent control, HDC, which is a Land Rover invention that's been passed down through other manufacturers as well, and is so useful if you are going down off-roading, because if you're going down a hill, off-roading, then this controls that descent. You don't have to press a pedal, you don't have to hit the brakes, you just steer and the car will get you to the bottom of the hill safely, and you will not believe how good it is at doing that. I've been off-roading, I can't recommend it highly enough, and this car will stand its ground. It will eat the ground alive, in fact. Now, below that, some people like a manual gearbox. I'm a fan of automatics, especially as most of the time you'll be driving this in town. This has got a fantastic 6-speed automatic gearbox, and that automatic gearbox, as I just flick it over there, is manual override as well. Now, first thing, when you first put it into manual override, it goes into sport mode, and you can see that just here in the dash. I'll just show you in the bottom left hand corner of the mileometer, which I haven't even shown you yet. 48,603 miles on the clock. Anyway, you can see down there it says sport. If I flick that back to where it started from, that sport goes. If I flick it back to where sport was, I can now also push up, and you'll see that changes to a 1 and a 2, and it won't actually go any higher than a 2, and the reason for that is because it won't let me start off in a higher gear than that. Really useful if you want to be in control of the gears, for example, if you're driving it off-road or in the snow, and then all you need to do is push it back to D and you're back in normal driving mode. You've got it rear parking sensors, so that's engaged when you put it into reverse, and you can see the little light comes on here if you're towing something. If you want to put a tow bar on it, it's never been used for towing, but if you want to, you can turn that off there. And likewise as well, you can turn that on if you're not parking with the reverse, you're just maybe driving straight forward into a space with a big wall at the end of it. You can just turn that on, and that will engage when you're in drive anyway, and that will engage the front parking sensors as well. They've thought of everything in here. Now you've got CD and auxiliary, it says there, although I've yet to find the auxiliary input, but I'm sure it has one. It says it has one. And then as well as that, we've also got over here your FM, your AM, and it says they're digital because it has got, and I'll just put, whoa, I'll just put the sound system back on again. There you can see it says that Dolby Pro Logic 2 DAB digital radio. So I can just change that to DAB, and there you have it. Wherever you're driving across the country, you can still listen to your favourite station. Right, what else? Have I missed anything? Yes, I have missed something. Right, we've also got this. Oh my goodness me, how cool are sunroofs? Well, how good is a sunroof? It's okay, but how good are two sunroofs? Now, I should stress, actually, this is actually just what they call a moonroof. A moonroof is just something that doesn't open, because who wants to open a sunroof at night when it's cold? But this is a sunroof which is fully operational. You just press the little buttons here. It's a one-touch fit system, or you can hold it down and it does its thing. And that's about as far as it goes, but it's also a tilt sunroof as well, so I'll just wait for that to close, and there you go. You can see just to let a little bit of the air in, and you've got these blinds as well which you can put across here, which just blocks out some of the light, not all of it, yeah, it's a fantastic thing to have. Who doesn't love a sunroof? You've got cup holders, you've got a little bit of storage as well. There it is. There's the auxiliary in. So if you want to plug in something, you just need a headphone jack, plug it into that little hole just there, and then that will pick it up on the stereo. Just next to that is a port for a power socket, and here is another one as well, so you can charge your phone. You can have two people charging phones if you want to. You can put your USB charger devices in there as well. Works perfectly. Right, I've had this car running now for a little bit. You can see no warning lights still haven't appeared on the car. That's because there's nothing wrong with it. I just told you as well, we've spent a fortune, or the seller has just recently spent a fortune getting that front diff sorted out for you, which is very kind of them and great to do. Down here we've got auto lights, as you can see. Oh, I said it doesn't have auto lights. I'm an idiot. It does have auto lights. Here they are. You can see that for yourself. Over here is just the indicator stalk and the fog lights. This is where the lights are controlled. You've got those front level fog lights, the rear ones as well. The adjust the brightness of the dashboard lights, and over here the rising or lowering of the lights as well. That's it. Right, I'm going to press the stop button. I'm going to push the key. That's going to pop out. And there's nothing much more to show you here really in the front. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you the back. I'll come around the passenger side as well, just to show you the condition of it all. Oh, it helps if you unlock it. There we go, all unlocked. Right, now in the back here, as I said to you, you've got two sets of mats. There's a brand new set, and then underneath that you've got the original set, which are a little bit grubby, so it's actually very kind of them to have bought these original Land Rover mats to replace them with, but it's up to you what you want to do with them. They're both coming with the car. In the back you can see it's very clean and tidy. It has been used by children. If you want to do the same, then you have got ISOFIX points if you want to plug your children in. You can also be very clever and fold these seats forward and then fold seats down. It's got a 60-40 split folding seat mechanism in here, so you can have a flat boot floor the whole way through to the back of the front seats, which is very, very clever. You've also got a centre armrest here, which has cup holders in it as well. And what else? There is not much more to show you. I can show you those cool sunroofs from here. Look at that. How nice is that if you've got kids in the back and they can just look up at the stars at night, or look up at the sky and see planes flying over? That's nice, isn't it? It's better than having TVs in the headrests, is my opinion. I hope I haven't upset anyone. Right, I'm going to shut the door here and I'm going to come round to the boot of the car. As you can see here, SD4 HSE, none of that TD rubbish. Oh God, who am I upsetting now? I'm going to open the boot up and just show you in the back here. Very, very tidy. You've got a flat loading boot floor, which just allows you to easily slide things in and out. It's a big enough boot space. I mean, we've got the tonneau cover pulled back. I mean, if I pull that over, oh, easily done, hang on. There we go. Then you can kind of get an idea there of just how much space you've got in the back of the car. I'm going to fold that back now just to show you again. You've got 60-40 split seats. You've got tether points if you want to use a different kind of car seat. And we've got all of the docks as well. Now, all I've got to show you in this video at the moment is the service book, which we've got here, and the other books that are coming with the car, which the wind very kindly just demonstrated there for you. This is a quick start guide. You've got all the handbooks. They all live in this neat little wallet. And this is the service book. The last service was done by Auto Merc Service Limited in Barnet, who are a fantastic company, not Barnet, sorry, in Haringey. Who are a fantastic company, very, very highly recommended. We see quite a few cars that come through from Auto Merc. The service was done at 41,237. It's showing it was just an A service, which is an oil service. The service interval is done every 15,000 miles, so you don't really need to service this car until 56,000 miles. It's now currently on 48 and a half, so you've got a while to go yet. But that last service was done in September 2015, so if you wanted to get it serviced, you can do. The next service will be a B service, which is a big one, so you might want to wait to do that. There's no harm in doing that. We've got here other services that have been done, all by Land Rover going back. Stratstone here at 27,000 miles, done at Stratstone in Nottingham, Stratstone in Aylesbury. That was the B service, which was carried out at 27,500 miles. Also recommended with these, I would say do a brake fluid change every 3 years. I don't see any evidence of that being done, so in the next service I'd recommend doing a brake fluid change as well. Underneath here, let me just move, oh actually underneath here there's some dirty marks which we can't get out, which is quite annoying, but what can you do? It is that kind of a vehicle. You can always buy yourself a nice all-weather mat to go across there. If I lift this up, you can see you've got a full-size spare with an absolutely immaculate, never been on the car wheel and tyre on the wheel, and you can also see that it is in beautiful condition without a mark on it. So if you wanted to swap out one of those wheels, you're probably thinking, well, why didn't we do that? Because that's not really fair on you. If you want to do that, you can do. It's got the original wheel and tyre on the car at the moment. Underneath there is all of the tools, and over there, that's the subwoofer. How cool is that? Right, I'm going to close that down. You've also got a first aid kit coming with the car. Oh, I'm going to lose those handbooks if I'm not too careful. Ah, it's gone. All right, I'll have to get that later. So there we are, that's everything in the boot. Nothing much more to show you there. I've got to be very careful with this number plate doesn't fall off. There we go. So that's everything to do with this car. As I said to you, it's a 2011. It's done 48,500 miles. It's currently on its third keeper, and it is the HSE spec, which I think I've shown you has got absolutely everything that you could possibly want this car to have. And it looks just fabulous. Now there's only one place to get this car. If you need finance for it, then do have a chat with us. We can certainly give you some help on that front. Likewise as well, if you've got a part exchange, or indeed if you want to talk about warranties or whatever it is, if you're interested in this car, there's only one place to get it, and that is exclusively using the services here at SellYourCarUK. What a car. Thanks for watching. Seriously, what a car.